Across the street in front of a Jehovah's Witness church, another crowd had gathered. The cameras were flashing and reporters shouted over one another. Former church members pushed and shoved and were looking for desperate answers, crying. At the center of chaos stood an African woman in her early 40s. Her shoulders sagged under the weight of grief. Her eyes were swollen and her voice trembled. "I am tired of the fight," she whispered, then raised her voice with one final burst of strength. "Please return my babies to me. I need them, and they need me. They are only 8 weeks old." And her arms fell limp. Her cries echoed through the street like a wounded animal. No one could comfort her. No one could explain anything. No one could help. Minutes became hours, and hours became weeks. Weeks became months. How long would this last? Shirley asked God. Through deep down, she knew that he was no longer listening. 6 months had passed. No one slept anymore. The world stayed awake 24 hours a day. The sun grew hotter with each sunrise. Breathing became a struggle. Asthmatics suffered the worst. Hospitals overflowed. Doctors and nurses, they collapsed from dehydration and heat exhaustion. Heat rashes and boils covered everybody, young, old. The word comfortable vanished from human vocabulary. Eventually, clothing became pointless. People walked the streets naked, including the governor. No shame, no modesty, no dignity. Survival was the only priority. The heat drove many of them into madness. Some talked to themselves. Others foamed at the mouth. The world had become a furnace of insanity. Mr. Butler, the neighborhood meat man, once known for his kindness and humor, now he snarled like a wild animal. Saliva dripped from his mouth and his teeth gnashed uncontrollably. "Pretty cold out, huh?" Shirley joked weakly, hoping to coax a smile. He didn't even look at her. He only growled. Fear crawled up her spine. She backed away slowly. Then it hit her. Her own eyes began to weep uncontrollably. Her teeth gnashed together like metal grinding metal. Her skin peeled back in strips. A burning pain seized her body. "What is happening to me?" she screamed. "Am I going mad?" She stumbled through the house, dodging furniture, clawing at her own skin, scratching in whelps. She reached the mirror and nearly fainted. Her face, her neck, her skin, all gone. Only scorched flesh and darkened bone remained. She collapsed, sobbing. "Help me, Lord," she cried. But her prayers evaporated in the air like smoke. Hopelessness swallowed her whole. She cursed God again, then apologized, then cursed him again, then apologized again. Her mind spiraled between rage and regret. She stared at the television, watching the faces of the suffering around the world, and then something caught her eye. A man who looked untouched. He stood tall, calm, and impossibly composed. His skin glowed with health. His hair was neatly combed. Not a single drop of sweat touched his face. Joy radiated from him. Joy during the worst suffering the world has ever seen. "What part of the world are you in?" "Hello?" No answer. Shirley screamed, "What part of the world are you in?" He couldn't hear her. "Tell me so I can get there." He didn't answer. She studied the background. The people behind him were peaceful. They were cool, unaffected by heat, unaffected by torment. "There must be a safe haven somewhere," she whispered. "Maybe God didn't abandon everyone." Hope flickered in her chest. She shouted to her neighbors, "Turn on the televisions. Look at this man. Look how peaceful he is. Hurry!" She pushed into her house, crowding around the screen. People came in. Shirley held a finger to her lips, demanding silence. Shh, watch this. She leaned to the right, trying to see behind the man on the screen. He stepped right, blocking her. She leaned left. He stepped left, blocking her again. The heaviest man tried. Same thing. Let's all try at the same time, a woman shouted. They moved together. The man on the screen suddenly filled the entire frame, then vanished. The television went black. The storm of chatter erupted. Could he see us? Someone should have tried to touch him. He didn't want us to know where he was. What was he saying anyway? Only one man had listened, Mr. Evolution, a retired science teacher, a world-famous debater on religion. He said everything is under control. Mr. Evolution explained. He said we will be okay. He said he was placed here by God to take care of us. He introduced himself as Sir Natus. Sir Natus. And the room gasped. Everyone knew that name. Everyone heard the rumors. Everyone had dismissed them as myth. A billionaire, a world influencer, a man some called a savior, the man others called evil, a man whose original name given by his father was Lucifer, meaning light bringer, and now he's finally appeared.